Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the video today, and I would just want to tell you to stay tuned to the end. We're going to provide a link for you to the probably most popular website for teaching in Thailand. It has all the job opportunities there that you will ever need if you are considering becoming a teacher in Thailand. I will additionally add the link in the description below if you don't have time to watch the whole video. But Steve is about to deliver some very relevant information and a step-by-step process on how you can become a teacher here in Thailand.
Alright, well, welcome to Bang Sen Beach, okay? It's a nice gray, slightly windy weekend here. We got a little bit of a crowd here. We're going to be talking about teaching and how do you come and teach in Thailand. There's a lot to it. It's a long, complicated process, but you don't really need a whole lot to begin it, which is the good news, okay? If you are one from an English-speaking country, meaning England, America, Australia, Ireland, you are a native speaker. If you're from South Africa, you can come and teach. You may have to take a TOEIC test, however. And the other thing you will need right out the gate is a verifiable university degree. Life degrees, degrees purchased offline, off Khosan Road, those will not work anymore. They may have worked once upon a time here in Thailand, not anymore. The labor is cracking down, the police are cracking down, and you do not want to be tangling with the fines that will come your way if you're trying to teach with a fake degree. The way it works basically is you come in on a tourist visa, and basically once you're in country, you start looking for work, applying for jobs. Make sure you know how to write a CV, make sure you know how to do an interview, show up with a tie and shirt on, present yourself well. You will get job offers coming in like no tomorrow. There is a huge demand for teachers here right now. Once you choose a school that you want to work for, one of two things will happen. Either you will start to work, not according to any official legality issues though, or you will sit and wait for a work permit to come in. What you will have to do is basically give people at your school your degree, and basically they will write a letter to the Ministry of Education asking for a temporary teacher license for you. Once that comes in, you will be able to convert your tourist visa into what's called a non-B visa. This will allow you to eventually work legally in the kingdom. Once you convert to a non-B, once your work permit comes in, then you take both of those, your passport with the degree, with the stamp in it, the work permit, and some documents from your school that your school will provide you with, down to immigration, and you extend your non-B visa from 3 months out to a year. Once you are at that point, you are basically home free. That's when it gets easy as far as paperwork, visa stuff, all of that goes. Getting to that point, there will be trips to Bangkok, there will be trips to immigration, there will be trips to the local labor office, either trips that you make or trips that your school will make on your behalf. There's a lot of paperwork here, and it's important that you realize that it may not all go smoothly 100% of the way. You may have to make multiple trips. Sometimes paperwork will not be correct. Maybe somebody at your school forgets to cross a T or dot an I, or the Thai version of that. Be flexible, and above all, be patient and understanding. If you have a degree and you want to work here, it will eventually sort itself out. Now, what kind of school are you going to go for? That is something I want to talk about. There are different kinds of schools here in Thailand. Basically, if you are already teaching in the West, if you are teaching in England, Ireland, America, Australia, you are a qualified teacher at home, this means you can come here to Thailand and teach for a year or 2 years or however long you want at basically the top tier level schools, the international grade schools. You will basically be asked to do the same job you're doing now at home, except here, and much of it will be the same. And you will be on a salary equivalent to what you know in the West. But you will be in Thailand, where things are much cheaper, and you can live a dream life for however long you want to stay here. If you are not qualified to teach in your home country in the West right now, but you have a degree, the next best school you can aim for is going to be a private school. This is somewhere between a government school and an international level school. They run a spectrum. These generally will pay between 35,000 and 45,000 throughout the kingdom. In Bangkok, your salaries will go up a bit higher than this. And then the next level, it will be the government school, right? These are schools that are run by the Thai government. They are most often contracted through agencies. These are basically independent private companies set up, meant to find and hire Western teachers, give them to the school, and basically deal with all of the management things that arise. Depending on where in the kingdom you are teaching, there may be 1 or 2 other Western teachers there, or you might be the only one, or there could be an office full of them with 20, 30 Western teachers. It all depends on what kind of a job and what kind of a lifestyle or area you want to be living in right now. Obviously, there's greater demand and greater need for it in the rural areas where there'll be less Westerners. Below the government schools, and I don't mean below as in less than, but just different than, are what we think of as language schools or tutoring academies. These will be found everywhere. You throw a stone and you will probably hit one of these. They will be in little houses, they'll be in shopping malls, they will be scattered throughout the cities. These are basically, in Korea they're known as like hagwons. They're where students will go after school or on weekends to help improve their studies. You can work here for these part-time or full-time. And the nice thing about these is when you're done teaching, you go home, you go do whatever you're going to do. You do not have to stay at the school once you're done teaching. They can sort out your visa and paperwork for you. Now, something to keep in mind with language schools, as with all schools and all employers in general, is that they will run a gambit of excellent quality employers that you will want to stay with maybe for years and years to come, to, you know, the employer that you have to show up with a baseball bat to make sure you get paid. I've heard horror stories, and all sorts of things happen here. Just, you know, it's one of those things that you have to kind of either get some advice privately on from someone that's been here, or just kind of like, you know, follow your gut instinct when you're interviewing with the school or the headmaster of the school. Keep in mind that workers have rights here. There is a strong set of laws that protect employees in Thailand, and we are covered by these. So if an employer tries to not pay you or tries to you know, do bad by you, thinking that you don't know or that you won't you know, fight for your rights, you know, don't accept that. There's a lot of strong opportunity for legal counsel here, and basically the labor offices 9 times out of 10 find in favor of the little guy, the employee. So I can give advice on that privately as well if anybody has any kind of questions about legal happenings going on. So we've talked about what you need before you come to the country in order to teach legally. We talked about basically the way it's going to work. You apply for a school, you sign a contract or accept a contract. The school will apply for the temporary teacher license from the Ministry of Education on your behalf. When that comes, you can then convert your tourist visa into a non-B. Once you convert that through immigration, you can apply for a work permit on the non-B. Once your work permit comes from the labor office, you can begin legally working. Is this the way it always goes, with this long, month to 2 month wait before the work permit? No, but usually, as long as a school can show that you are in the process of applying for all the legal documentation to work legally in the kingdom, it's not really too much of an issue. Now, I have heard there are people asking on the comment sections, what if I don't have a university degree? Can I come and teach? Yes, you can, but it will be an uphill battle. I have known teachers here that are excellent teachers that are teaching very successfully without a qualified university degree. They have done this because, one, they are professional, two, the country needs teachers very badly, and three, they are usually connected with a Thai partner or wife or friend who helps them network. And this allows them to make connections with university students and all sorts of private instruction that you do not need a work permit to teach for, okay? So, if you want to come here and teach without a degree, realize that you're going to need a way to stay in the kingdom legally. This is your visa now, all right? This is separate from work permit. You can stay in on a tourist visa, but you better not let any police catch you working on a tourist visa. Again, you could get banned from the country. You can come in and stay on maybe a marriage visa if you find somebody that you want to get hitched with out here. You can stay on a family visa if you end up having a child here, like I did. Some of these you can apply for work permits on, some of them you cannot. It all depends on your particular situation, okay? I don't recommend that people come here without a degree because it's a lot more challenging, but if it's possible, if there's some way you can either do an online course, maybe a 2-year associate's degree, get some sort of Western degree that you can say, look, here you go. You'll be a lot better off in terms of teaching career here.